All right. Hello and welcome to the second part of this fanfiction reading, which I didn't want to end because my phone apparently ran out of space. So, you know, we didn't get it. So we didn't get to where I wanted to get to. I wanted to at least get through like this chapter and then, we'll see what happens, at least for the first episode. But whatever, we'll continue. So the interesting thing is that I'm already doing sort of like a back and forth thing with the fanfiction reading schedule. Is that first we do the Hunters of Fairy Tale, and then because that's alternating because I didn't want to do the many parts of that all in a row, but now this story, which is going to be extremely long if the prologue has anything to say about it. So if this continues, this will probably end up being alternating within the alternating, I guess. Basically, it'll be an episode of Huntress of Fairy Tale, then it'll be this, and then it'll be Huntress of Fairy Tale, and then it'll be another one, and then it'll switch back in between that. And then once Huntress of Fairy Tale is done, which it eventually will be, this will take its spot, and then something else will move in, and it'll be a complicated schedule, at least after this one, because this one's not any different from anything else. Anyways, we're just gonna start at a chapter that I might have read part of, but I didn't get to finish, and I don't know where I ended up stopping. So, or where it ended up stopping. So let's go. After the girls all gathered on the couch with popcorn and soda, Ruby went to the DVD player, pulled the disc of the first episode, and put it in. Shirley, the show rules: combat possess no other. To ensure a fair fight, character personality restraints from killing are ignored. Makes sense. All other character traits and tactics are ignored and largely to be represented faithfully. What? Okay. Research source prerequisites are generally determined equally unless specified. And no outside help. Which, okay, that. Why do you. Okay. First, I just watched the first episode of Death Battle because I wanted to see, exactly what it looked like. Because I did actually see this before I read it. I didn't read the whole thing, but I was like battle that you'd watch now. It just looks worse and doesn't sound as good. But, you know, I mean, whatever. And of course, no outside help. Anybody who's watched a significant amount of them will know that that eventually becomes completely ignored. And I don't even know what these other rules are or where they came from. Anyways, this caught the attention of the girls, especially Yang, who loves the thrill to fight. It sounds like some kind of competition with a set of rules in the arena. Only one way to find out. Ruby hits the play button, and the four huntresses will see a whole new adventure of fighting and learning. Yeah. God. Man. This isn't a completely pointless ad. And completely stupid as well. Come on! This is why this phone needs to be replaced. It sucks at everything. God, what the heck? Come on. Episode 1. Boba Fett versus Samus Aran. Oh boy. As Ruby presses the play button, they see an advertisement. Must be important. Oh. After the advertisement of Netflix, which is actually the advertisement, a metal wall covered in blood with spikes sticking out of the ground with chains hanging from the ceiling. The name says it all. Death Battle. I don't know what Q's Invader Jim Johnson means. I guess that might be like the song, which would be the Death Battle theme. Okay, it says Q's and then Invader Jim Johnson, which I assume is the Death Battle theme. Or, I don't know. Oh god, this is wonderful. The Bounty Hunter. Like voice, but I don't know if I can do that. The Bounty Hunter. Galactic pirates of living beings. I can't like do this sort of voice. They blow shit up for cash. A prime example is Boba Fett, the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. But don't forget Samus Aran. She's so badass, whole planets explode when she's done with them. Boom. I'm Wizard, and I'm Boomstick, and it's our job to analyze the weapons, armors, and skills of these two beastly killers and answer the most important question of all: which of these warriors will win a death battle? This actually really gave the four girls the sounds. This sounds interesting. A show of two hosts talking about two characters who are bounty hunters and even warriors that are stacked against each other. And one question they agreed what Wizard had. Jesus Christ. I can't even read this anymore. Ruby felt excited about the mention of weapons. Weiss actually was intrigued at this, and Blake is in the same boat as well. Yang felt like she's a kid in a candy store of warriors and badasses. The first contestant the girls see is a man wearing a unique set of armor and a cool-looking helmet with a teeth-shaped visor. He's also wearing a cape. They also notice he's wearing a jetpack and holding a cylinder-shaped gun in his hand. Boba Fett. Okay. Is this actually going to be, like, interesting in the slightest? Because, I mean, like... you know... it's kind of... Jesus. Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't know. Tifa versus they actually have that one in here, and I'm a little bit annoyed about that because that's like the one that I was most intrigued by coming in here. Like, oh, this is what's gonna happen. Okay, so yeah, I mean this is the exact order that it all goes in. What is Death Battle versus what? Death Battle versus the World? Oh no. Bonus episode versus Cloud. Trying to special chapter. I'm trying to like figure this out. Like, is it actually in there? Because I don't remember the order, and of course I could just check it again, like I did in the last episode. But this is kind of stupid. None really. Bonus favorite Pokemon. It's so stupid. I don't see. The problem is they didn't get to where they didn't get to Yang, which is a little bit sad. I wouldn't want to try to do that either. I don't want to try doing it again. Goodness gracious. Really, people are just terrible at, like, understanding. Okay. The only, which is Goku versus Superman. So, this is going to be a good one. All right. RWBY has already hit play, and they are preparing for the final episode for tonight. While they are waiting, Blake has wondered why she let her instincts get the better of her and let her pounce on it like a cat pouncing on the TV with an image of its prey on it. Sure. Even her mating instincts can cut loose. When she was training with Adam one time, she kept staring at him. It was summer at the time, and Adam decided to go shirtless, and her instincts were telling her to take him where they stand to satisfy her urges. Oh boy. God. Okay. But she was able to hold them back and managed to control. Whenever she's with Sun, she tries not to stare at his abs that look like they could grate cheese. Even Velvet has went through a lot of discipline to control her rabbit instincts, and she even struggles at times to control her urges. Sometimes it sucks to be a yeah, it's very specific. Everyone, especially RWBY and Yang, are excited since the fight seems really special due to the trailers and the reactions of Wiz and Boomstick. Suddenly, the music fades and is replaced by a more epic song. And, whatever. Okay. What RWBY sees before them are the two combatants from the trailer. One is wearing an orange gi with a symbol on it, blue boots, and a red stripe on each, and a blue waistband around his waist, and two blue bands on his wrist. He's really muscular. Has thick eyebrows and spiky yellow hair. Even his eyebrows are yellow. The other combatant is just as muscular. Handsome looking with black hair, and White seems to like the hairstyle. He wears a skin tight blue outfit with a yellow belt, red underpants, red boots, a flowing red cape, and the eye catching sent to brave new worlds. These two alien saviors are legendary. RWBY stared in awe and excitement at seeing these saviors and were even surprised that they were aliens. They don't really look anything like aliens, White said. They're probably human-like aliens, Blake answered nonchalantly. Exactly. And everyone wants to know who could kick whose ass in a fight. And I mean everyone. Yang and RWBY had really excited grins on their faces. Both sisters were really excited for this fight. Go Super Saiyan and Superman, the Man of Steel. Even the names are so badass, Yang said. To ensure no questions are left unanswered, we will be acknowledging every official resource for both combatants, though the original writings hold precedence. No mistranslations allowed. Also, as he was retconned and built, wouldn't that be rebuilt? Didn't they say rebuilt? Why would they say built? In 1986, we will be examining the modern Superman. I now wonder what Superman is like in 1986. You mean before? Weiss said. Considering Soup pre-86 can make up new superpowers on the fly and can control entire solar systems by sneezing, probably a good idea. RWBY was completely stunned and frozen by watching Superman destroy an entire solar system of planets with just a sneeze. Well, I guess you now see what he was like, Yang answered while still in shock. That's awesome! That is awesome, RWBY said. A sneeze destroying may sound OP, but it's still awesome. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Oh, this is going to be amazing. Screw Attack presents, in collaboration with Kanzenshu, Homepage, Dragon Ball, Superman. What? Okay, Team 4-Star. Starring Masacox. It's just some random guy. Animation by Jordan Lange. Theme music by Blake Robinson. Synthetic Orchestra. Written and hosted Ben Singer and Chad James. Directed by Ben Singer. Goku vs. Superman. They see a young boy with a monkey tail. Is he a faunus? Blake asked with curiosity. Don't you mean alien faunus? Yang said teasingly. They watch the young child leap towards a large stump of wood and demolishes it in mid-air into perfect firewood. He lands back on the ground while the wood perfectly stacks into a pile. Son Goku. Kakarot was born to a low-class Saiyan warrior on the planet Vegeta. RWBY recognizes the planet. What? Okay. Liar. He narrowly escaped the extinction of his entire race. They watch in horror and when he was sent to Earth with a single simple mission. They saw Goku inside a pod as a baby, and Weiss and RWBY awed how cute he was, even with the monkey tail. They see Goku throwing a temper tantrum at his adoptive grandfather. Destroy everything! Then he conveniently bumped his head and forgot about it all. His simple mission was to destroy everything, Blake said in slight shock. It even sounds wrong to RWBY, but they were glad when Goku bumped his head and is now the good guy. I mean, that is kind of good. They already have enough, like, crazy people who can destroy, or whose mission is to destroy everything in Dragon Ball, so they don't need another one. Background. Full name, Son Goku. Birth name, Kakarot. Age, 53. Body, 45. Right, whatever. Height, 175 centimeters, or 5'9", which is apparently as tall as Ren, which I guess makes sense. Although it would seem taller than that anyways. Weight, 62 kilograms, or 137 pounds. Occupation, Korin, Popo, Kami, North Kai, Old Kai. Dubbed Goku by his adoptive grandfather, his life revolves around combat. He cares little for anything else unless food is involved. They watch Goku eating in a restaurant out of business even at the age of a child. That kid has a stomach of steel, Yang said impressively. Even Nora couldn't eat that much in a single sitting. Can I have another bowl, please? Everyone who heard that went into complete shock and fell over, much like how RWBY agreed to be Penny's friend, and RWBY fell over in complete shock. RWBY laughed. Now they see Goku's training, which RWBY finds interesting that even whatever. Training with Grandpa Gohan. Kung Fu and basic ki training with Roshi. Kame Sennin Ryu. Intense labor develops superhuman abilities with Korin. Trains endurance and opponent anticipation with Kami and At 12 years old, he was trained by Master Roshi and Kame Sennin Ryu, which pushes a person to superhuman levels. Now I want to be trained in that, Yang said. Everyone else was also interested in Kame Sennin Ryu. Complementing his Saiyan biology, Goku's superhuman strength, speed, and senses skyrocketed. RWBY's jaw dropped. Team RWBY's... Oh god, this is so annoying. Jaw dropped while watching Goku pushing a gigantic boulder across the field. Even Master Roshi was shocked in disbelief. Fighting techniques. Afterimage Zankoken. Blake favors this one. Dragon throw. Mimicry. Rock, scissors, and paper. Chonkin. Fist shockwave. Fist of 8 hands. Hasuken. Masters. Mujin Roshi Korin. I already said that. Not going to say it again. He developed numerous fighting techniques, including the fast-moving afterimage and the dragon throw. His friends and a talking cat, but mostly gods. I haven't watched this one in a while, so, you know. I'm actually impressed with this kid, Weiss said in astonishment. The girls were awed that a boy around Ruby's age is taught by gods. He was the only kid and his power level is already enormous. They see Vegeta taking some kind of scanner off his head, breaks it just by squeezing it and saying one of the most mimetic? Why is it mimetic? Whatever. Meme-tic? Like, you can't say meme and mimetic. That's how you do it. Lines ever in Earth's history. It's over 9,000. Not yet. Huntresses look confused as the screen now fast forwards to Dragon Ball Z series until Goku is now an adult. Okay, now it is. What, 9,000? Before they can react again, they see a text. False. False. In the Japanese manga, Goku's power level at that time. But it doesn't even matter because the power levels are absurd. The entire point of introducing them was to show how unreliable and meaningless they were. Kanzenshu, which is the, I don't know. Pretty much since we don't know what that is on Remnant. I mean, you know, don't question it. By relying on power levels, the villains constantly underestimated the heroes. Therefore, using them to judge Goku's abilities is pointless. You know, I may have screwed up before. I just realized. Okay. Yeah. I was wrong. They definitely have seen that planet before. Other death battles. Oh my god. Why did I not think of that? Like, they've had so many, okay, not so many, but they've had quite a few Dragon Ball characters, so yeah, no. I forgot this wasn't the first one. Anyways. Estimated the heroes. Therefore, using them to judge Goku's abilities is pointless. RWBY is now wondering what their own power levels were like, but no time for that. Besides, the Daizenshu says that what now? The official Dragon Ball encyclopedia. Oh, yeah, he answered. Answered? It states power levels eventually become immeasurable, not because they're so high they can't be measured, but because the characters are, and hopefully the audience, have realized just how futile these numbers are. I think we realize now, Blake said. I'm still 10 times stronger than you are. That may be true, but strength isn't the only thing that matters. We cannot judge Goku by his power level, nor can we, through power scaling, the theory that he can achieve the same feats as lesser Dragon Ball characters. Then how can we judge how powerful he is then? Yang asked in slight confusion. Goku's abilities are tailored to his personal training and experiences, not to mention anatomy. They see Frieza mocking Goku. I can breathe in space, and you can't. However, Goku does have a knack for mimicking ki techniques. Closely. Ki is metaphysical, made up of things such as vigor, courage, and being in one's true mind. Kanzenshu. So it's like aura in a way, Weiss stated. It's basically a kind of natural life force energy and is a fundamental component of Taoist medicine and martial arts. You could say that, Blake answered. They're getting interested in Ki. Oh, and it's not magic. RWBY has heard of magic, and it's left ambiguous if dust really is magic or not due to its magic-like nature, but is triggered by the natural energy of aura. We may never know. God, this is the real question. Like, oh my god, okay. So, I think that if I were to do the full thing of this, like read through every single one, it's like I would have had to do like okay, let's just say it would probably take, like, comparing this one. Now I know that the first actually I don't I think the first Goku versus Superman was relatively average in terms of, like, it was relatively average in terms of length, whereas the second one was super long. But like this one, I think comparing this one and just saying like this is kind of like it would have taken likely double, like whatever. I think if I'm right, which I don't know if I am, I think it would have taken like 74 videos to get through this. So no thank you. But we will still try to finish this to the best of my abilities. Okay. Okay. Dragon Ball creates a very distinctive difference between Ki and Magic. Ki is dependent on the physical ability of the user, and Magic users like Babidi are clearly using something different. Goku harnesses and manipulates his Ki energy. Ki attacks, Ki blast, Destructo Disc, Kenzan, Solar Flare, Taioken, Ki barrier similar to Aura shielding, Ki cannon, Spirit bomb, Genki Glass energy barrier, and the Destructo Disc, which he totally stole from Krillin. The Solar Flare blinds opponents, and the Spirit Bomb puts energy from other things into a giant death ball that takes freaking forever to make. RWBY is quite intrigued and awed by Goku's Ki attacks that are versatile and even cool looking. The Spirit Bomb is the most interesting that the hunters are focusing on. And the energy taken from sentient beings must be voluntary. The Spirit Bomb is fueled by positive energy, which is only effective against those filled with negative energy, aka evil. RWBY had stars in her eyes at the humongous ball of energy which was being dropped on Frieza, who has a look of horror on his face. Wish we could do that on the Grim. That'd be so awesome, Yang said, which everyone else agreed. In the Super Android 13 film, Goku actually absorbs the ki gathered from the Spirit Bomb, becoming one with it, transforming and manipulating the energy himself. Weiss showed interest and wondered if that's like absorbing dust. But his two best moves are the Dragon Fist, where he supercharges his fist into a golden chi dragon. Goku charges his fist, in which they see the gold dragon being part of his fist, and plows through his opponent. RWBY jaw dropped at the scenery, I guess. Kamehameha. Let's just go with Kamehameha. That's better. Means turtle destructive. I doubt that's what it actually means. I think someone just screwed up. Oh god. See, it would be nice to like be watching this episode, but am I currently in the middle of something? Not really. I could totally just be watching this episode while this is going on and be like, that's wrong. That would be interesting. Anyways, concentrates ki into a single point, requires some time to charge. Variants, Jet propels Goku directed in midair. Super planet-busting power, twin dragon shot released as spheres, continuous rapid fire, and 10 times max output in Super Saiyan 4. After effects blasts victims later. And the one and only Kamehameha. The giant focus beam that every kid in the world has always wanted to do. Don't lie, you've tried it. They watch Goku charge his ki into a ball of energy. Once he thrusts his hands forward, the ball turns into a humongous beam that looks like a giant laser of destruction. RWBY had stars in their eyes in awe at the move Goku performed. That's a move I want to try, Yang said in a stunned tone. Everyone else nodded. Ki manipulation. Telekinesis, similar to Glinda's semblance. Flight. Ki sense, similar to Aura sense. Instant transmission. Shunkanido. Oh god. Telepathy. Some with a certain semblance can do that. Mind reading. Some with a certain semblance can do that. Goku also uses directly to them with instant transmission. Watch Goku put two of his fingers to his forehead and focuses, which looks like he's being dematerializing, which sends him to another location, which is light speed. You dematerialize and travel as a massive light. False! Another mistranslation, Blake answered with a deadpan tone. Again, false. This is another mistaken translation. According to the original manga, instant translation is, well, instant. Yeah. So it's like teleporting, Weiss informed. Something like that, I guess, Yang answered. It's the only flaw is that it requires concentrated focus. They see Goku and his friends trying to escape an explosion that's ganging up on them. Goku tries to use instant transmission, but so isn't working due to the tension and the fear of getting engulfed. In his head, it's no good. I can't concentrate. Also, he can read minds. Some huntsmen can do that with a certain semblance. Wait, what? Is there no limit to this key thing? There himself in a pinkish red aura to increase his power. Kaioken. Taught by North King Kai. Multiplies ki and physical power. Too much strain can be fatal. Multiplication amount is controlled. Goku's highest multiplication, 20 times. This amplifies Goku's ki, multiplying his strength, speed, defense, and so on. Only one problem. It puts a giant strain on his body and can even kill him. Oh my god. Even with that mentioned, Yang, Weiss, and Blake were blushing since Goku's upper part of his gi was torn off and his bruised abs and muscular arms were exposed. Kaioken 20! They now see footage of Goku powering up and rocketing towards his opponent. But Goku does not have to solely rely on his ki. Now RWBY was excited and now finally seeing how do you say that? Neoebo. Indestructible. Extends and contracts on command. Limitless reach. Flying Nimbus. Kinto-un. Flies at Mach 1.5. Exclusive to people with a pure heart. Senzu Beans! Instantly heals wounds and broken bones. Restores ki. Stored in a belt pouch. He wields a power pole. A magical staff which expands and contracts. Blake showed the most interest in the power pole because it reminds her of Sun's Ryu. Okay, it's Ryu. Okay, that's terrible spelling. Ryu Bang and Jingu Bang in staff form. Even more so since Goku's a kid and he has a monkey tail with him. Wow. God, didn't this guy say there'd be no shipping in this? And he's like just doing this and it's like, stop it. When he's hurt, eating a senzu bean heals him up. And to get around, he rides the flying Nimbus, a flying cloud which probably tastes like cotton candy. The girls giggled. Still, the Kaioken was Goku's trump card for some time until the fatal battle with the tyrant Frieza. The girls recognized Frieza as he fought Goku. Frieza appears to be superior to Goku since Goku is really struggling to even land a solid hit on him. Suddenly Goku looks really pissed and appears to be entering a transformation. The huntresses, especially Yang, watch with wide eyes as Goku's eyes turn white, pupilless, and energy appears to be forming around him. Who pushed Goku past his limits to achieve the legendary form of Super Saiyan. Goku screams with rage and his hair starts sticking straight up while changing from jet black to golden yellow. Now RWBY stared in awe at Goku, who has his back turned and even radiating a pure golden aura. Even his eyes changed from black to light green. Yang was most impressed and fascinated since that form definitely reminds her of her super mode whenever her semblance activates. Which basically everybody in the community calls it Super Saiyan mode because it's basically what it is, but you know. RWBY was just impressed since she stared with wide eyes. Weiss and Blake were just stunned from seeing this. They'd seen this form before from Vegeta. They've seen this form before from Vegeta, but for some reason it impressed them more. Transformations: Great Ape, Ozaru, base power times 10. Full powered Super Saiyan, base power times 50. Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 1 power times 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 2 power times 4, and Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 3 power times 10. There are 4 different levels of Super Saiyan, each drastically boosting his power. Gang was now grinning ear to ear. I so love this form now. Me too, RWBY said. Like the Kaioken, each form does burden his body though. Goku has trained to minimize this. You know, from now on, I'm calling my semblance form Super Saiyan. Am I right? They look at her teammates as if she's trying to impress them. They stared at her with a flat look. What? Yang made a pouted face and slumped back in her seat. You guys are no fun. Now they see another form, but they only see long strands of yellow hair in Goku's stern face. This is Goku's next form. Super Saiyan 3 multiplies the already combined power of Super Saiyan 2 by 4, but comes at a terrible price. That hair. Well, Super Saiyan 3 Goku's hair looks absolutely ridiculous. While RWBY does admit it looks plain silly, Yang was actually impressed with the hairdo. Oh, and it pretty much destroys his body while he's using it, but my god, the hair! It doesn't look that bad, Yang tried to defend Goku's ridiculous hairdo, but it wasn't working. She gave up, but it still looks cool, not to mention that form really puts a toll on his body. Fortunately, you know, for now at least. Super Saiyan 4. The last transformation shows a lot of major differences than Super Saiyan 3. The upper part of his gi is gone and the lower parts is now yellow with a blue sash and black boots. Goku's hair is now sports a monkey tail and his body is now covered in pinkish red fur and his yellow eyes are surrounded by a red eyeshadow, giving him an intimidating appearance. Whoa, now that's a transformation that would intimidate you, Yang said in awe. Everyone else was staring at the ultimate form. This form alters his body to better endure the 400 times increased power increase. Everyone was shocked how high that is. Complete with pink fur and eyeshadow. Fear the ultimate form. They couldn't help but slightly chuckle due to the hair being a bit pinkish. Couldn't they have made it more reddish? RWBY giggled. With each transformation, minus the full power Super Saiyan 1, Goku loses some self-control, becoming more violent and instinct-prone. When they heard Goku speak in that form, it sounded more gruff and intimidating to begin with. Even his personality seems different. Ying has lost some self-control when she gets angry, especially if a single strand of hair is cut off. When I'm at this power level, it's hard for me to listen to reason. I just lose control. Goku's greatest strength is his tenacity and never give up attitude. Now this is the part where RWBY now admires his motive and relate. Defeat others, he fights to defeat himself. That's an interesting way to describe him. However, this may also be his greatest weakness. He prefers a fair fight, eager to see his opponent's maximum potential. But shouldn't he just finish off the opponent and just end it? Where's the fun in... RWBY said. Where's the fun in that, Yang said, with a smirk. Yang usually seeks new challenges and even wants to fight opponents above her league. Talking to Goku through telepathy. He's about to reach his maximum. This may be your last chance. I want him to reach his maximum. I want to fight him when he's at his best. I'll give him respect there, Weiss said. Blake also nodded. But when the whole world is at stake, well, hindsight is 20/20. They watched the world blow up. So much for fighting when he's at his best, Weiss said sarcastically. Weaknesses. I'm just gonna let you read these, because, it's literally in the death battle, and, they don't exactly read it off, and they, whatever. We're just gonna skip those from now on. He clearly needs oxygen, so no breathing in space. They watch Goku pinned underwater by Frieza as Goku is struggling for air. RWBY feels scared what drowning can feel like. Plus, well, Goku's not very bright. Despite some basic schooling from Roshi, Goku has never had a day of certified formal education in his life. It took him years just to learn how to drive. They watched Goku and couldn't help but laugh as they watch him drive around like crazy. But why the hell would Goku need to drive a car? We're all wondering that too, Yang laughed. Even so, Goku understands his weaknesses. To him, a formal education would just be a waste of time. If Wublak heard that, I think he would be offended, Weiss said. Sometimes knowledge is just as powerful as skill's weaponry. He's already a genius when it comes to martial arts. At least he's skilled enough without them, Blake answered. And even if he does get the hell beaten out, he improves with every fight. And that is what Goku is all about. He strives on becoming stronger and bursting limits, and has overcome every obstacle in his way. The girls felt proud and admired for what Goku is. They constantly train and beacon to one day become the perfect huntsman and remnant. Even marriage. RWBY Todd, how cute that was. Goku might just be the greatest martial artist in fictional history. They now see Frieza bruised and terrified when Goku goes Super Saiyan. The girls smirked that Frieza was once cocky and fearless, but now he's panicking against his superior foe. What? What are you? When Goku answered, he gave a speech RWBY will never forget when hearing this. It's also a speech that will forever remind RWBY why they are huntresses to help them stand against the Grim and the White Fang. I am the hope of the universe. I am the answer to all living things that cry out for peace. Frieza is trembling even more. RWBY is now smiling at Goku's speech that is now giving them hope and confidence. I am the protector of the innocent. I am the light in the darkness. I am truth. The volcano is erupting, which makes it seem more awesome. Then Goku then erupts in a golden aura with a determined and fearless look. After that ended, RWBY came to the conclusion that no doubt Goku was awesome, powerful, and even inspirational to them. RWBY really liked his awesome transformations and admired his speech that fits in the books Yang read to her. While he's maybe a bit disappointed he never had a formal education, but she's impressed he accomplished so much with just his skills. Blake admired his speech so much and she loved many of his movesets. Yang loved Goku the most as a badass, and his Super Saiyan transformation is no different than Yang's own super mode. Yang even plans to try her own version of the Kamehameha on the Grim tomorrow. You know what? I'm going to try my own version of the Kamehameha. RWBY stared at Yang with confusion. Yang, how are you going to do that? RWBY asked. Simple. I'm going to focus most, if not all, my aura into my hands and release it into a beam. Yang, Blake said without any amusement. Do you remember that it's dangerous and impractical for most aura users to use their aura as a weapon? You do recall it's meant for defense. Still worth a shot, Yang said. You know, as long as they're not getting into any fights soon enough, or as long as they're as long as they're not getting into any fights, it'll be okay. Everyone rolled their eyes as they continued to watch. They all mentally bet that Yang will pass out if she tries that. The music was soft and soothing with angelic choirs. The girls watch in shock as a school bus falls in a nearby river as kids panic and begin to drown. My son was in the bus. Suddenly the bus is somehow pulled to shore. The one who saved the kids was a young boy who was wet with the look on his face showed hints of fear for what he did as the kids stared at him. The girl smiled for the kid's heroic act. He saw what Clark did. Okay, I am going to stop now because it's been 42 minutes. So the next part will be next time-ish, and it will be Superman and then the actual fight and all the rest of it. It will be the rest of this chapter, hopefully. Good God, this is a long story. This is ridiculous. Next time, we're going to look at like 100 episodes of this series, or of this story alone. It's going to be ridiculous.